is that the tunnel, Ghazali? What exactly is that tunnel that is behind you? And I think there's problem with his line.
Yeah.
Ghazali? Yes.
Yes, that's the tunnel, the front end of the tunnel from where every rescue operation is happening. And if you can see, uh, these are the heavy machineries. If you see on this side, all the cement blocks which have to go inside, and then you can also see those heavy crane machines. If I can show you clearly, those yellow ones, the ambulance is parked here. That once the rescue operation gets over, where all the laborers will go. So this is the preparation right here. Once the rescue operation gets over, as of now, 39 meters have been drilled into the rubble, and what we are picking up is that the rubble has occupied around 60 to 70 meters, and nobody knows the exact area occupied by the rubble, because as long as they keep drilling it, and then only they get an idea that, okay, we have reached so much, or we have covered this much distance, and yet we have not got close to the laborers. So as of now, 39 meters have been cleared by that auger machine which is working here. And the officials, the government officials are saying that perhaps by tonight they will be in a position to tell the exact time which it will take to reach near the laborers who are stuck there, near the 41 laborers inside the tunnel.
Basic details from you before I ask you other questions about timeline and others. The question is that the pipe that you can see behind you, that is the 4-inch pipe through which water and other, ration is perhaps being sent. Give us a sense. Okay. Yes, please go ahead, elaborate.
No, yeah, this is the opening of the tunnel. The pipe on the right corner, if you see, that is the
Yes.
exhaust pipe.
Okay.
That whenever anything is happening, so it can just throw all the smoke and dust outside. And whenever that is operational, then we as reporters can get an idea that drilling is on. Once that goes quiet, so it means that the drilling machine is not working. The pipe and all which we are discussing or have been reporting since last 3 days, that's inside the tunnel.
Okay.
That's not installed from outside, that's inside.
Okay. And yesterday was the first day in which the camera went inside and we could see those visuals of workers live. So what exactly was, how exactly was the communication established?
Okay, so let me tell you that whenever there is a tunnel construction, already a food pipe or what you call a water pipe is constructed or is installed, so that every time the laborers don't have to come out for water. So water pipe was already there. So once this the top of the tunnel collapsed and they got it stuck, initially that water pipe was used for oxygen as well. Later, a big diameter pipe was installed for the food, and before that, that endoscopy pipe fitted with a camera was inserted through that pipe, the same pipe through which they are sending the food and water. And yesterday, through that endoscopy camera, they could capture the videos and ask them to come in front of the camera, and then counted everyone, that at least the count was 41 and everybody is safe and sound and there is no loss of life or something. So that was the first drill.
Interesting. So the entire count of the workers happened, and then the food packets went inside.
Yeah. So the first thing what happened is the officials or the company officials even who are aware that how many laborers are there, who are the laborers, they at first got the details, the ones who were missing, and then they started announcing the names and asking everybody to come in front of the camera, because that there is a very small space through which not everybody can come at once in front of the camera. So one by one, they were calling names or asking people to come in front of the camera, tell your name. That entire video was captured, and then it was informed to the family members that every 41 of them is safe and sound and is alive.
Just some time back, Ghazali, you have been speaking to the family members. Many of them, anxious relatives, have all arrived in Uttarkashi. Is there some separate arrangement that has been made for them? And will there be some communication that will happen between the family members and the workers who are trapped inside?
Initially, it was happening just a couple of days after the collapse. was reported, initially some of the laborers had their phones with them, so they could manage to speak to the family members. But over a few days, the mobile battery got exhausted, so they couldn't establish any communication. Now, whatever communication is established is being established by the authorities. They are
Hmm.
being told that, okay, we managed to speak to so and so, that is your son or your family member. It's an endless wait. Till yesterday, it was kind of an endless wait for the family members. They have arrived from UP, Bihar, Assam, and other districts of Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal. And every morning, before even we arrive here, they come, they sit here, and keep staring at the tunnel page, thinking that they will get to know something. And why they were complaining earlier? Only because they were not getting the sound of this exhaust machine, knowing very well that nothing is happening inside. Later, they were told, okay, the government is bringing heavy drilling machinery or they're bringing other parts or other drilling parts, but they couldn't see this kind of activity here. That there was no
Hmm.
machine, nothing, only simple JCB machine or crane machine was there. Now, once the video came out, the food went in, warm clothes went in. Now they are a bit relieved that okay, the government is doing something. They are also the government has also arranged accommodation for the family members. It's close by, not very far. This particular area, if I can show you, is almost kind of a end of a village, the tail end of a village. There is nothing except this tunnel here, only under
Hmm.
construction buildings, and these are all for the laborers, those the ones who are working here. I can show you all these buildings, and this
Hmm.
is the construction area. So it is all not a very habitated area in sense, and mostly the ones who were working in this tunnel and their relatives could visit them, or it's particularly the area where only laborers can stay. But now, since this collapse, this tunnel collapse has happened, officials are here, members of NDRF, SDRF, Army, ITBP, they're all stationed here with senior officials from PMO
Hmm.
and the state government as well.
Okay, so so psychologically, with all these movements happening, the families are hopeful that there will be some good news, perhaps very very soon. And of course, although NDMA officials and others are not ready to give a timeline because they really do not know how much more distance has to be covered and what will be the nature of the terrain which has to be drilled through it before they'll be able to reach it. Uh, we were told, Ghazali, and this is my last question, that there are two pipelines. One is a 6 inch, another one is a 4 inch. What is the difference between, besides the width? What exactly is the purpose of these two pipes?
Okay, we discussed this earlier as well with our colleague Kishore. Since day one, we have been reporting about a lot of pipes. So
Yeah.
one pipe was exclusively for the air or water or the food supply, but then that was a very thin diameter pipe through which only dry fruits could be sent. A bigger pipe of 53-meter long was installed so that other food items could be sent in a plastic bottle and all, right? So with that 53-meter pipe, the authorities now got to know that perhaps the
Hmm.
distance is 53 meters. That's how they managed that. Okay, 53-meter is the rubble area, and we can penetrate it, and we have reached the laborers. So they got an idea. Now these are the only two pipes. Now that 53-meter pipe through which the food and drinks and everything is being thrown towards the laborers is suspended like this in the air, right, through the rubble. But the
Hmm.
pipe through which they have to come out is installed on the ground. So from the ground, the distance would be longer than the one which is installed in the air or suspended in the air. So there are
Yes.
two pipes through which food and other supplies is going, and there is
Hmm.
a stronger pipe, 800 or 900 millimeter pipe. Two pipes simultaneously, one over the another, has been installed on the ground, which is moving with the auger machine. The auger machine keeps clearing the rubble, and the pipe keeps moving ahead. Now there is double layering of the pipe, so that if it is clearing the rubble and something falls, another sort,
Hmm.
if any damage happens and something falls on the top, then it doesn't damage the pipe. That's why there's a double layering of two pipes of two different diameters.
Okay, last question. So it is through that pipe they are hoping that they'll be able to evacuate the workers.
Right, right. What will happen? The evacuation process is like this: that the experts or the health experts from NDRF will first go from that pipe towards the laborers. They'll go and check them with oxygen cylinders and all. The most vulnerable one will be pulled out first. But first, everyone will be checked there and then brought out. And from there, ambulances are parked. Everybody will be put in the ambulance. 41 ambulances are already here, around 38 and 39. More will come closer to the time when the rescue operation comes to an end. And after that, everybody will move to the local hospital, civil hospital, or the primary healthcare center, whichever is the close by. And then a chopper is also parked here near a helipad. If somebody is critical, they will be flown to AIMS Rishikesh Center.
So, how much distance is left between?
Iron blade friction is there. You never know what's there in the rubble. If there is any metal found in the rubble, and if the auger machine tries to cut it through, then the machine will stop. The blades will get damaged. So they're treading very cautiously, but it will take time. Though it is just 18 meters as of now, but it will take time.
All right. Thank you so much for all those details. Ghazali there, my colleague, getting us all the ground reports, minute by minute update that's coming here on NDTV, all because of him. And he explained to our viewers rather elaborately as to what should we be expecting in the next 24 hours. Ghazali, I appreciate. Thank you so much. And with that, it's a wrap. We'll continue to track this story very, very closely. Thanks so much for watching.